If you feel called to watch the first part, you can. If not, just take what resonates from this part, leave what does not. It says, look back on what you have achieved and set new goals. So we're moving forward from old ways of thinking, being, and doing. And the first part was talking about needing to release any negative emotion that's attached to any relationship, whether that's people, places, things, and or self-identity. Because we've been operating a little bit more on the pessimistic side, negative thoughts, doubt, more the lower vibrational emotions, hesitation, indecision that comes from not trusting yourself. So there is something tied in with taking action and reflecting on if things are serving you or if they're not. So if they're not, like, how can we inspire ourselves to take action from a place of love and let go of that hurt, right? Transmuting that. Because things are changing, right? We got the Tower, the Emperor. It says here, there's always another way to do something. So it's really giving, just releasing whatever is hard. Like, you don't have to take the hard way. And it's also giving more stepping into your feminine energy. So learning to receive from a place of flow versus chasing in a masculine energy, right? And again, everybody has masculine and feminine energy, right? So this is not, it was 111. I think I said that to that. And this came out again when I first opened it in the first part. It said, find balance in your life to build your success with the Empress card. Where's she at? This is what happens when I do this without my glasses, because I cannot see. So maybe that's how you're feeling, right? Like, you can't, you want clarity, you can't see it physically. Energy can feel really chaotic when you don't understand the transmutation of energy, and I say this from experience, because when I used to manifest a lot of negative things in my life, including how I felt and just the experiences that I attracted, I was like, how the fuck is this happening? I'm such a good person, I don't get it. But the more I studied this, and the more I study it, the more it's in my consciousness. Like, this is the energy I'm putting out, this is the energy that's gonna come back, again, through places, people, and things. See anything else, and if not, we're gonna move on to inspiration deck. Right, and this, we have consciousness, right? And again, if you watch the first part, this is what it read, and I even highlighted it. So consciousness is your thinking, right? Which lets you know what frequency you're operating from. And it literally says here, all that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve is a result of his own thoughts. I'll just read this paragraph because I feel called to do that, okay? In a justly ordered universe where loss of equipoise, I'm not using that word, would mean total destruction, individual responsibility must be absolute, right? So taking accountability. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own and not another man's. So you really have to take, again, what I was saying, right? When you don't understand the way that energy is transmuted, you feel lost and without direction, because you can't take into manners what you don't know, right? When you don't know what you don't know, you're basically like, it's like putting GPS and trying to get to a destination but not knowing your location. It needs the location, right? So you need to sit down with yourself and really like be real with yourself. Again, reflection. Like, where are you? They can only be altered by himself, never by another, right? And that's why that's how I teach. I don't tell you what to do. I'm here to guide you within so you can learn how to listen to yourself. His condition is also his own and not another man's. So if you're finding yourself facing situations and you're still saying that, like, you don't have money because of this or because of that, or that all relationships are the same, that blah, 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 there's nothing good out there, or whatever it may be, if you're still just in this very much pessimistic energy of it is like this because of that, and you've never pointed at yourself. And again, when you don't know how energy transmutes, and you're not self-consciously aware of the universal laws, it's very easy. And again, I said this, right? I don't know if I said this in the last video or this video. Like, I myself was like, how does this happen to me? Like, I'm a good person, and I keep manifesting, attracting all these situations, right, that are chaotic. But it says here, his suffering and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so is he. As he continues to think, so he remains. So that's really giving self-image, which has to do with, again, okay, I'm gonna tie it in right there. That I forgot to slow down. I don't know why. It's giving a lot of chaos, but it's okay, you know? Because again, if you don't know what you don't know, I highly recommend you to study the universal laws. I talked about this in a different video. But if you're interested, I have on my website, all my products have the universal laws in them. And more things about emotions and all the energy stuff. But your self-image, the way you look at yourself, dictates what you attract, right? The man who is poor, the man who is a beggar, and the man who is wealthy all has the same abilities. It's just how do they look at themselves. And I know it can be challenging to understand if you've never come across from this, but you also might be going through an awakening. Give me a sec. This consciousness stuff is for bride, okay? So grounding at the bottom of the deck, failing to see the bigger picture. What I really recommend for this collective is start to study the universal laws, start to study the energy transmutation. Because, yeah, you're still in victim mindset. Like, that's literally what I was giving. Like, pessimism. Like, again, there's 8 aspects of wellness. So you could be pessimistic in just one area and optimistic in the rest. You have to really identify all aspects of wellness and all ways of operating, right? Like, I can have an abundance mindset in finances, but I could have a very lack mindset when it comes to relationships. Or I could have an abundance mindset in relationships, but have a very lack mindset when it comes to finances, right? And the way that my mindset is set is going to be directly reflected back to me in whatever aspect that is. But it basically comes down to change the way you look. I told what I fucking say, I knew it. Awakening. I said that. I literally said that. You're literally going through an awakening. And I know this might be a lot. If this is like, I just think back to my first, like, when I started to awaken, it was in high school. Like, that's like the most like not severe, it was intense, right? And then after that, I had another very intense awakening, 2020. I literally was like, oh my God, we live in this fucking system. Like, everything just clicked, right? All the control, all the fear, all the paradigms and the ways they manipulate information and all of this. And it was very, very heavy, right? And then from there to now that I've developed this ability to tap into myself and therefore to your field, and I practice in this way, that made me go through yet another awakening, right? Like, frequency is infinite. So the amount of information and the things you'll tap into will continue to increase, and it's never going to stop. But when you just take this one day at a time and you learn to just start wherever you are and you do it with compassion, I promise you it's so much more easier. And it's actually fun. Like, you're like, oh my God, I wonder what else is out there that I don't know, that I don't understand, right? And you get like this addiction, because when it's something you're meant to know and elevate in, it's gonna call you, right? So I highly suggest you start studying. You study this information and you be careful about who you listen to, right? Always audit for yourself. Do I want to accept or reject this information? Because you never know the intention and or the awareness of the other person on the other screen, right? So I'll leave it at that. Let me know in the comments what resonates and where you're at and where you're awakening with. I can make you videos That's what we're here to do. Again, I have all different